Welcome to Unit 3, Lesson 3 of CKLA Skills. Okay, let's review our learning targets. Today, we're going to read words with the different spelling for the A sound. Remember when they're in a slash like that, the A and the E, that's the sound, not the letters. So we're looking at the A sound. And we are going to chain words with the A spelling, with another spelling. So the A can sometimes just say its name alone. So look at the example, paper. Paper here, the A says its name, but it's not like these normal AI, AY, A consonant E. Now some other words that we could add to this sneaky A or this tricky A spelling that doesn't really make sense is just that A alone that doesn't say it says A. Some other words we could add to the list would be like paper, caper, basic, radar, raven, wager, David, laser, acorn, agent. So we're going to pick a few and we're going to write them on our board. So let's write the word basic. B-A-S-I-C. Basic doesn't have that A-I or A-Y. Radar, R-A-D-A-R. Here A says its name, but it's kind of tricky because it normally says but here A alone is saying the long A sound. So as we kind of talk about this sneaky A or tricky A, you guys can kind of add those to your list. Now we're going to start our chaining activity. So pause the video if you need to, but take out your answer board and marker and get ready to chain. Rain. Now listen to your sounds. R, A, Okay, rain should look like this. R, A, Now I know my handwriting's not the best, but it's hard to do on this computer. But write the word rain. You hear this? You hear the sounds? R, A, Change rain to brain. Brain. Br, A, Change brain to grain. Grain. Change grain to gain. Gain. Make sure you're only changing that one sound. Grain to gain. Change gain to main. Main. Change main to pain. Pain. See how we're only changing that beginning sound? So A here is made with the AI sound. Change pain to paint. 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 Change paint to saint. Saint. And the last one, change saint to faint. Faint. Now we're going to start on our next chaining activity. So the first word is hay. So let's write hay. H-A-Y. And here the A is being made with the AY. So that A sound, that long A, is with the AY. Now change hay to may. May. That beginning sound is the only thing that changes, right? Change may to way. Way. Your beginning sound again. Good. Now, I didn't mention this, but may, the M is not capitalized, so this is like using it like, may I have some milk? Not the month of May, because the month of May would be capitalized. Change way to bay. Bay. Your beginning sound. Make sure your B's and D's make your bed. Don't flip your B's and D's the wrong way. So if you make your bed, you can make sure your B is facing the right direction. Change bay to lay. Lay. There's your beginning sound. Change from B to L. Now remember, you only have to erase one letter and replace that one letter. Change lay to clay. Clay. Now this time you've got your blend, a. Change clay to slay. Slay. Now there's different ways to write the word slay, but we're going to keep this A ending with AY. Slay. Good. All right, now we're going to change slay to stay. Stay. So your blend at the beginning is going to change from sl to st. And last one, change stay to sway. Sway. All right, great job. Now erase, and we're going to start with our next group of words to chain. Okay, this time we're going to use our AI to make the long A sound. The first word is aid. Aid. So when we write aid, A is going to be spelled with AI. D. A-I-D. Change aid to paid. Paid. Aid. Remember, A here is with A and I. Change paid to pain. Pain. Change that ending sound, right? From D to N. Change pain to rain. Rain. And you're changing that beginning sound. Rain. Change rain to drain, drain. So now you don't just hear the R, you hear drain. Change drain to train. Terrain. Now, drain and train, they sound very similar, but your mouth should make two different, your mouth should look different for those two different letters. So your d, make the d sound. See how your mouth looks with your d? Your tongue kind of hits the roof of your mouth. It's open. T, t, t. Your T, your lips are kind of out a little bit. T, t. It's a little bit raspier. Change train to rain. So we're going back to rain. This time you're going to drop that first letter. Change train back to rain. Change rain to ran. Now we're going to the short A. So think about how to change it where you have the the short A. Ran. Change ran to ray. Ray. Now at the end of the word, the A sound is going to be with the AI. So we switched it up. So that AI says A, but at the end of the word, you want to use AY. All right, erase, and let's start with our next group of chaining. We've got one more. Okay, this time we're going to start with the short A first. So write the word pad. Pad. P-A-D. Three sounds, right? Three letters, three sounds. Change the word pad to paid. A-D. Now think about how you would make this A sound, the long vowel in the middle of the word. Paid. It's not just going to be A alone anymore, is it? It's going to be AI. Paid. Change paid to pay. Pay. Now this time your A is at the end of the word. So what's our ending that says A? A-Y. Good. So pay would look like this. Change pay to say. Say. So change that first letter. The sound changes. Instead of pay, we have say. Change say back to pay. Pay. Good. So we're going back to pay. Now we're going to change pay to pray. Pray. So instead of p, we're going to have per. Change pray to play. Play. So instead of per, We have play. Change play to plain. Plain. Now there are two different ways to write the word plain. The first one is with an A, consonant E, and the other one makes the A sound inside the word with AI. So let's try to spell the first plane. So this is like an airplane. Plane is A. So that sneaky E, that magic E makes the A say its name. The other plane, A. This is like if you eat a hamburger plain, you don't have anything extra on it. That's another way to write plain. Now you're going to find page 7 in your packet, or if you're a face-to-face learner, pause the video and you guys take some time to get these passed out. So on page 7, which is also worksheet 2.1 at the top, you're going to put these words in the correct category. So you're going to put your AI words together, your AY words together, and then your A consonant E words together. But all of these are different ways to make the A sound, the long A. You may pause the video now, pass out your sheet. When you are finished, you are going to turn it into the basket. If you're a distance learner, you're going to put it back in your packet to be graded. Or one more assessment to do, or one more thing to do to assess our A or A sound. So this is going to be a little different. So pause the video now. If you are a face-to-face learner, we need to get page 11 passed out. It's also, it says 2.3 at the top of the page, and it's titled, Are the Sounds the Same? So take just a minute and pause the video and get these passed out. If you're a distance learner, find it in your packet now. Okay, now if you look at your list of words, we are going to read the pair of words, and you're going to write yes if the underlined letters stand for the same sound, and no if they do not. So, you know, sometimes when you see letters in words, they don't always make the same sounds. So you've got to be really careful when you read these words. Okay, is everyone looking at the first set of words? Everybody put your finger underneath the word rake. Do you see the word rake? Make sure that your name is on your paper too. Okay, the word rake and the word rain. You notice that you have your A and your sneaky E or your magic E. It makes the A say A, makes it say its name. And the AI together in rain also make the A say its name. So do these two ways that you're writing the letter A, does it make the same sound? It does, right? So that's why we wrote yes on the line, because what's underlined makes the same sound. Okay, let's do two more together. Look at the next word. What is this word? Read this word aloud for me. That word is main. Main, because AI in the middle of a word says A. Look at the next word. Wayside. It's like our book that we read. If you're in my class, Miss Cannell's class, the Wayside School. Okay, the word way. Now look, you've got a compound word, so that's why we have stuff at the end of the word, because usually our words end with AY to say A, but this is two words put together. So do both of those underlined letters say A? They do, right? So we're going to put yes on the line, because are the sounds the same? They are. Okay, the last one that we're going to do together. Now look at the first word. What's underlined? Your W and your R, right? What do W and R say when they're put beside each other? R, R. Now look at the next word. What's underlined? It's your W, right? So what sound does W make alone? Ooh. Ooh. Now let's read these words. Wrist, wet. Do the underline letters make the same sound? Ooh. Ooh. No, they don't, do they? So the W and the R do not make the same sound as the W in these two words. So we're going to write no on the line for this one. Okay, now take your time. You're going to keep reading through these words, and you're going to mark yes if the sounds are the same, and you're going to write no if the sounds are not the same. Okay, if you're a face-to-face learner, if you're finished, make sure you're practicing these words and you're reading them in your head as you're determining if the sounds are the same. If you're a face-to-face learner, you're going to put it in the basket when you're finished. If you're a distance learner, you're going to put it back in your packet to be graded. All right, good luck. Okay, let's look at our learning targets again. Today, we read words with a different spelling for the A sound. So we looked at different ways to read these combinations in words. And then we chained words with the A spelling. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.